8,170 pounds, 3 slides, locally owned, part kept, 1 set of owners. A 312 MLS Sprinter just came in here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And basically the folks just reached a point, they said, we're just at a spot in our lives where it's just getting to be a little too much to take care of. So, you've got a very late model coach here in great shape. It's been part kept, hasn't been jostled down the road, auto leveling, 3 slides, big outside kitchen, great living room, great kitchen, and you know, partridge in a pear tree, basically. So this floor plan, we know our way around pretty well here at Haylett RV. Years ago, Cougar, the cousin to a Sprinter, came up with a fifth wheel called a 29 RKS, which is basically this layout. It was very popular. And they said, well, man, what if we just put that into a travel trailer? And they called it a 33 MLS, middle living room with slides. Well, they started selling a bunch of them, and Sprinter went, well, we want in on that. So they came up with the 312 MLS that we're looking at here. So that's kind of how we got to where we're at. Doesn't necessarily matter. They each do a few of their own different things, but there's a lot of similarities here too. One of the major factors in a Sprinter is that around 2012 or so, they went 100-inch wide body. So that does give it a notable large look and feel. It doesn't hurt that they also pack this thing with some massive windows, very similar to their Cougar cousins at Haylett RV. They put maximum size windows in here. As we peel around the back, that is an oddly sized 7 cubic foot fridge freezer. It's something you don't see used a great deal in the marketplace. You actually, you found it in a couple Keystones for a while. It's you'll find them in a lot of the Coachman Catalinas today. This is some, I really like what they did with their kitchen back here, though. This is cute. It's just different, and it's got personality. And especially the way the previous owners used it at a park site, it makes sense to me. So, solid surface kitchen counters. You got this sort of elevated serving station here. And I like how they dressed up that post, so it's not just going to be a knee knocker. But you've got great countertop prep space here. And they ran themselves a handy little power strip. So you got phone chargers or a coffee machine. You got a perfect little place for all that kind of stuff. And that's, by the way, they didn't do any kind of like weird hillbilly handiwork. They just piggybacked that off the existing power outlet. So it's not like janky or anything. There's nothing scary to be had there. Cabinetry's all pocket screwed, and this extra skylight above the kitchen just lets in some nice ambient light. There is a privacy shade in that though, so if you want to keep Mr. Sunshine from baking you like an ant under a magnifying glass, you definitely can. And I am a sucker anytime I get one of these rear sinks with the dual windows overlooking it, because it takes me right back to my childhood, visiting my grandmother's house. That old, you know that old Nestea powder? For some reason, when us kids went to Grandpa and Grandma's house, the first thing we would always do is sprint to her kitchen, go to that rear corner with those windows, looking at her backyard, and make ourselves a glass of Nestea with that awful, awful powder mix. But I guess we were young and didn't know any different. And I don't know why, but anytime I see it, it takes me back. But neither here nor there. You probably didn't tune into this video to learn about my childhood. You've got a, I mean, does the word massive? The word massive feels appropriate for this huge entertainment center. Bluetooth soundbar below, directly across from a big old plush theater seat, just begging you to sit down and kick your feet up and take a break. So it's an awesome couples rig, but it does have some good guest camp capacity. That sofa is a trifold variety, so, you know, whether it's a couple kids, one kid, maybe an adult or two, you could sleep there. But you notice how these theater seats, they recline nearly flat. And frankly, those are good enough for like a small grandkid. Like my daughter's 8. When she camps with Grandpa and Grandma, they don't bother opening the hide-a-bed. They throw a pillow and a blanket here, and she thinks it's cool she gets to sleep in Grandpa's seat. Like, she just thinks that's awesome. And I've heard from a lot of customers that a lot of kids are the exact same way. Now, what's cool, that hide-a-bed's open, but it doesn't stop you from navigating through the trailer. You see how you always have a clear path here. So whether you're just, you know, getting up to get a cup of coffee or something like that, or if you got to get up at night and sneak some of last night's leftovers, you can always sneak through here. Dual entry doors to the bed and bath. This is actually the slide out from the bedroom and bathroom. It's just pure storage. So you've got this extra large sliding privacy door to close off the bedroom area there. But you can see how we've got plenty of floor space and a larger radius shower as opposed to like a neo angle shower. So this just basically in English means more elbow room in here. Also, good linen storage and like extra toiletry space with the extra dresser space in there. Up here in the bedroom, The RV is 50 amp. If you want to install a second air conditioner in this, you could. Haylet RV, our team, we can get you a quote on something like that, no sweat. Now you notice there's no side stands on either side of the, or pardon me, there's side stands, there's no closets on either side of the bed. I think what they were going for here is a big, wide open feeling bedroom area, and I think they've accomplished that well. But you're thinking, yeah, but, you know, I got to be able to hang my stuff. Like, it's nice in this wide body coach, I can walk around the bed easily. I like that big window that opens for ventilation over here on the campsite. I've got plenty of CPAP room and phone chargers and etc. and stuff like that. But you're not losing out on anything, because once again, you've got the big closet here and the extra dresser drawer space down below within the slide out. Previous owners also look to have added a TV here into the bedroom, and I found that all the remote controls for everything appear to be present and accounted for. By all accounts, ladies and gentlemen, this is in excellent shape. It was just owned by a couple people who used it for a few years and just reached that age in their life where maybe RVing's just not their thing anymore. Again, this is a wide body rig, so it does sit a little bit wider, but for destination use, as it was used previously, that's kind of a beneficial thing because it gives you, you know, the extra living space inside in every room of the RV. Very noticeable in areas like the bathroom. As I mentioned when the video began, you look down there, you can see this does have a 4-point automatic leveling system. So what that'll do for you is if you're going to be towing a lot, usually a long, heavy trailer like this, people don't tend to tow with frequency. This tends to be more of like a pretend park model, but if you are towing it, that thing will save you a heck of a lot of cranking or waiting on power jacks. And if you are going to be at a destination, that auto leveling system does provide some very impressive stability. So as you walk around the RV, it doesn't seem to feel like it rocks and rolls around whatsoever. You can see the previous owners put those slide awnings on there to reduce maintenance, increase lifespan. It has a heated, enclosed underbelly, solid extended season series of RVs here. Again, this is a very close cousin to the Keystone Cougars that we carry here at Haylet RV, and once again, this floor plan is actually modeled straight out of Cougar's catalog, so know our way around these pretty well. Basically, the easiest way I can describe this, and it's a bit of an oversimplicity, is a slightly more basic but wide body Cougar. That's roughly what a Sprinter is. I could technically get into more than that, but that's a very quick approximation here. You can walk all over the roof. It doesn't have a ladder on the back, but it's got a fully walkable roof. There's no issues there. It's going to freak some folks out that the awning goes right over that big deep slide, but it's doing a couple things for us. One, it's keeping a lot of extra heat out of the RV because slide boxes, because they're just not as thick, they just can't have the insulation levels of something like that, the main roof. So it's kind of like a free slide awning, because you notice they added slide awnings to the other side, but not here, because they really didn't need to. Secondly, it keeps your outside kitchen nice and covered up, and something people often like is a covered outside kitchen. So we'll open that up in a little bit. I got to be careful how I do it because we are parked a little close here, so I got to have the door partially open, and I'm going to put a little towel on that and open it very slightly so I'm not gouging up anything. But on the bumper, first of all, we do have a bumper gas grill quick connect, and over here you have a little handy outside little sprayer that comes with the camper, complete with its own little garden hose style fitting, so you can do some quick and easy campsite cleanups. And I'm very happy whenever I see preventative items like these little mud dauber screens. So let's crack open this outside kitchen and see what's under there before we wrap her all up. So it starts with some normal camp kitchen kind of amenities. You got a slide open countertop, a cooktop there. Remember, you've got a grill hookup on the rear as well. And now there's these new Suburban griddles coming out. I think more and more people are going to start adopting some extra outside cooking scenarios, but neither here nor there. Your little mini fridge, plus you got the fridge inside, gives us about 9 cubic foot of total cold storage. Then up here you see it's actually indoor and outdoor entertainment. And this TV is mounted on a swing arm, so if you want to pivot it around your campsite to get some cool outdoor viewing, or maybe keep an eye on the game, or just have some news playing for some white noise or something, perfect little opportunity to do so and spend a little more time outside, a little less time sitting inside. And there you have it. Overall, I give this thing an A+. It's a virtually new camper at a used RV price tag, and it's young enough it may still qualify for same as new finance. So give us a call, we'll get you camping. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.